You need rare earth metals to make chips. And China owns about 95% of the world's rare earth metals. So the U.S. actually, to produce these high-end chips that it's now embargoing to go to China, is dependent on importing all these rare earth metals from China. Imagine China would say, sorry, we won't sell these rare earth metals to the U.S. All of a sudden, the U.S. would be in big trouble. So I do think it's really admirable that China has now focused so much on having an open environment that they have not actually sanctioned these rare earth metals.
China just issued a 100% ban on all exports to the United States for precious minerals. The minerals in question: gallium, germanium, antimony. Now, where do we use those precious minerals? Oh my God, that's so funny that you would ask. Military equipment for the US. Computer chips. Phones, cars, Xboxes, PlayStations, any smart product that you have. Quite literally anything that requires a computer chip, which these days is your fucking vacuum cleaner. Batteries, battery packs, chargers, you name it, that's what goes in it. And guess who was 50% supplier to the US for those minerals? Yeah, I'll let you guess. Thanks, guys.
So China banned the export of germanium, gallium, antimony, and other rare earth metals to the United States. And I believe this ban is effective immediately. And these metals contribute to our technology development here in the States. So never mind your computers, we're talking about technology used in the defense sector. And all I can say is we are in the FO phase of FA, and I find it hilarious. And by hilarious, I only say that because it's the one thing stopping me from crying at how sad this phase of the United States development is. And then when you go around TikTok and you look at the comments that are cropping up across videos for this specifically, they're going off. For example, one just like my mind, and it went, so I guess we're just entering into Trump's 7th bankruptcy venture, and that's where we are as a country.
This is major breaking news, and this is devastating news on so many levels. I'm not even sure the full implications. China has banned the import of antimony, germanium, and gallium to the United States, among other things. Rare earth. Why is this such a problem? Well, because China produces about 86% of all rare earth. Rare earth is used for things like computer chips, defense contractors in the United States. They produce 98% of the global market on germanium, about 60% on gallium, and about 50% on antimony. So you can understand that if we don't have these materials in the United States, we're in trouble. This was the major concern. This was my major concern. This has been the Biden administration's major concern. One of the first things they did when they came into office was put together a commission to figure out where they're going to source it from. Because you can imagine, if we can't build advanced weaponry, what's our advantage over China? What's our advantage to protect Taiwan in the event that China actually attacks? This is not good news. This indicates that China is prepping to take Taiwan. This is step one.
China is definitely playing the long game here, and shit is getting real really fast. China just banned the exports of precious minerals to the United States, and you know what those are for? Military equipment. I always say this. I feel like the United States is maneuvering with a posture that it doesn't really have now. You know what I'm saying? It's like the guy, they got a pot belly, but he still sees that man with the 6-pack when he looks in the mirror, but nobody else does. That's how I feel the world is looking at us. And China is definitely playing a long game, because if you're banning the export of this, what are y'all going to do? Y'all gonna have to get it from somewhere else or maneuver or whatever, but that's logistically gonna take some time, right? For you to reconfigure how you get these materials. And now it's gonna be a tit for tat, right? Because of course, Trump ain't gonna like that. So it's about to be a tit for tat. But I think that they're actually playing the long game in regard to wanting to invade Taiwan, right? Because if you do certain things to hinder the United States, who is, I guess, friends with Taiwan, but we don't recognize them for sure as a country. I wonder why, but we won't be able to respond appropriately. So shit's getting real fast.